Welcome back to FilmGob everyone, it's Shaker here and it's time for a quick review of Batman Ninja, which I just finished watching, and this is probably one of my favourite DC animation films. It definitely blows away Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, the Death of Superman, the new version that comes out later this year will have to be pretty amazing to beat this. I thought everything about this film, from the music, the animation, the art style, which changes throughout the movie. I watched the dubbed version, which I would say I'm not crazy about one or two voices. Maybe the Joker, I thought his voice was a bit weird. It's a Joker voice, but I thought it would have been so much better with Mark Hamill. So I've watched the dubbed version. I'm sure there's a Japanese version with subtitles. I'd like to watch that, see if it's any different in the dialogue and the kind of the way it comes across. So I'd like to watch it again. But yeah, definitely one of my favourite movies of the year, not just animated, but one of my favourite movies of the year. I'll go into the story and the plot, and it will be a little bit spoilerish. So if you haven't seen it, definitely go and watch it, and I don't want to kind of ruin any surprises for you, right? So definitely go and watch it. So the story starts, it's a very simple story. Gorilla Grodd has somehow built a time machine in Arkham Asylum. Batman and Catwoman try to stop him, and everyone gets sent back to feudal Japan, including all the villains, all the criminals in Arkham Asylum. So you've got Batman, his team of the Bat family. You've got the Catwoman, Nightwing, Robin, Red Robin, Jason Todd, even Alfred is there. So all of them versus Joker, Gorilla Grodd, Poison Ivy, Two-Face, Deathstroke, the Penguin, and all these villains are like they are the warlords of different territories in Japan, and the way they're introduced in this is like almost very kind of Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5 style animation. With the big kind of their names come up, they are very colourful introductions. I thought it was incredible. So it's it's very Japanese anime, and I'm very kind of hit and miss when it comes to anime. I'm not a huge fan, but there's some stuff I like, there's some stuff I'm not into. But this, I really like the presentation of it, the animation, the art style, all that. And so yeah, that moment when the villains are kind of introduced as warlords of the different territories, and they've got all their different costumes, a different look to them, I thought was one of the favourite moments in this film. So very quickly, you've got Batman trying to take down the Joker, who's in his castle, and he's got his army of thugs dressed in Japanese armour and Joker faces, masks. And Batman, somehow his Batmobile is here as well. Really crazy action scene, a bit over the top, and we even come across Sumo Bane. Yeah, Bane's here, dressed as a sumo wrestler. So to fight Sumo Bane, Batman's got his armoured Batman, and then that flashes across the screen, armoured Batman. And just as you think that Joker and Harley have got the better of Batman, here come these bats, these millions of bats with the Bat Ninjas, who take him and take him to safety. So now we're introduced to Robin with his little monkey friend he's got, Nightwing, Red Robin, and Red Hood. So they've been training with these ninjas, who have, they worship this Batman and the kind of myth of the Batman. So from here, it's all about action, trying to take down Joker and his and Gorilla Grodd. There's a lot of kind of back and forth, a lot of double crossing that goes on between Gorilla Grodd, the Joker, Batman. So it's kind of back and forth between them. So you've got the warlords, they've all got their own castle, which Gorilla Grodd has designed, and they all transform into these giant robots. They've all got these energy capsules that if you bring them together, they can then travel between time. Every warlord wants the capsules all to themselves so they can travel on their own without any of these others, right? So they've planned to come and battle at, I think it's the Field of Hell or something it's called, and this is where the final battle takes place. So that's their plan, but obviously Batman and everyone else, they're trying to stop this. So this whole movie is very fast moving. Like I say, there's not much story, it's a very simple plot, and we're off, right? In the middle there's a Red Hood scene that's very Western, right? It's very, the artwork changes, it's very simplistic, kind of watercolour sketches, and I guess it's very suited to Red Hood himself, right? So that was really cool. We have a brief montage, well not really a montage, but it's kind of similar to it, where, you know, Batman and the rest of the good guys, they're kind of training. Japanese kind of wall paintings, the way it kind of, it's not kind of movement, it's just kind of paintings that they're showing, stills. So like I say, throughout the film, the kind of artwork changes and the style of presentation changes. And then we come to the end battle, which is quite long, right? First it starts off with the different castles that have transformed into robots, right? So one belonging to each member. You've got Deathstroke, Penguin, Poison Ivy, Gorilla Grodd, the Two-Face, right? So they're all kind of fighting each other so that they can get these capsules, so they own, so they can either, it's up to themselves if they want to rewrite history and dominate Japan and the world, or if they want to go back home or go elsewhere and dominate different times. And so they're all battling, right? Huge robot fight scenes. It's incredible. You've got this kind of Buddha statue. I think it's Two-Face that owns that one. So just as you think Gorilla Grodd has got a hold on things, he's kind of mind controlling everyone, the other warlords. Here comes Joker and Harley Quinn dropping, you know, gas bombs on them, and they take over. They manage to combine all the ships, all the giant robots into one gigantic robot. But Gorilla Grodd, he gets saved by Batman and the rest of the Bat family. He's like, take this flute, no tricks this time, take this flute, and this will control my army of monkeys. So Robin takes the flute, and he's got his little pet monkey, and together they start playing the flute. And here come an army of monkeys dressed in their Japanese armour, golden armour, millions of them. They're climbing all over Joker's robot. He's shaking them off. And then what they do is they form their own giant monkey, golden monkey, right? So they all kind of get on top of each other and they form this super golden monkey, which is very similar to, I think it's like Stephen Chow's Journey to the West, or it might be something similar, a Chinese film where, you know, you've got these kind of massive Buddha statues and they're fighting these other characters. I can't remember what film it is. So just to see it in an animated film, especially a DC animated film, I was like really impressed. So just as you think the giant monkey has defeated the Joker's robot, Joker gets back on the offensive. Then here comes the bats, the bat ninjas with their millions of bats. Then they form a giant thing. It turns out to be a giant Batman. And there's a moment during this battle where, you know, the Joker's ship has fallen. You've got different characters infiltrating the different parts of the ship, because remember, they're all kind of made from different castles. So you've got Red Hood, who goes into Deathstroke's castle to fight him. You've got Catwoman, who goes in to fight Harley Quinn. Robin goes in to fight Poison Ivy. Nightwing goes in to fight the Penguin, and Penguin has all his little penguins wearing their kind of costumes as well. And it's very brief, though, these fight scenes though. I could have watched this movie for another half an hour if it had like longer fight scenes between these good guys versus these villains. So that's my one minor criticism. I wanted to see more of Red Hood versus Deathstroke. Who wouldn't? And then we come to this amazing final battle between Batman and Joker. A very kind of classic samurai battle on the rooftop. I thought this was incredible. Just as you think, okay, we've seen some amazing stuff in this film, and then they finish it with this. It's just the kind of the editing, the movement of the characters, the artwork, the animation, it all comes together in this one, in this final battle. And just as you think Joker might have stabbed Batman and Batman's dead, it's like, what? Batman comes back and he's like, you don't believe everything you see and all that. So obviously he's picked up some new tricks. He's kind of turning into bats and disappearing and all around the Joker, and it's like, so an incredible film, start to finish, an amazing battle at the end, amazing artwork, animation, music score. The kind of DC Batman theme is played quite a lot throughout and has a kind of Japanese kind of flavour to it. That was quite good. So many characters. It's amazing how much they kind of fit in. I think it's 1 hour 25 minutes, but the amount they fit in is amazing. It's directed by Junpei Mizusaki. Warner Brothers should give this guy and his team all the money, right? Either to make a sequel or maybe another DC animated film, or maybe even a live action, I don't know, but give these guys all the money, they deserve it, and I can't wait to see what this director, what his crew do next. This is probably one of my favourite movies of the year, not just animated, but in anything, one of the best films I've seen this year. This is almost a perfect film. I would say 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. You guys need to watch it. I'm going to go and watch it again. So what about you guys? Let me know in the comments below what you thought of it, if you've seen it. Did you like it as much as I did? Do you think I'm exaggerating? Let me know in the comments below. I thought it was awesome. So click that like button, share, and of course subscribe. I'm Shaker, and I'll catch you next time.